What is up, everyone? My name is Charizard, and today we are back with WSDL week number 7. Once again, I got a new laptop, so I don't really know the exact spreads. I don't know the EV spreads, but I do know all the mons I picked, and I do know what moves they have because I got my lovely notepad. This week around, we are bringing probably what more is a specially defensive Gliscor, because otherwise I just have nothing to take on the Hydreigon. That has Taunt, Knockoff, EQ, and Roost. Taunt is there for just a cog block Celesteela, prevent it from doing the leech sheet shenanigans. I think I have enough speed to outspeed max speed Celesteela just to be sure that I can prevent its leech seeds shenanigans. Though that was a tongue twister for some reason. Next up, Gramble with the Rocky Helmet, which is mostly there for the Mega Lopunny, because this man has a very threatening team offensively. So he has a Celesteela Hydreigon, and then also a Alola Marowak, Mega Lopunny, Lando I, and then also Lycanroc Day and Rotom Frost, which he didn't bring, but those were also pretty scary. So he just brought a full-out offensive team against me, and then like a fat Amoonguss, and a Celesteela. Next up we have Scavalier. Scavalier is actually choice banded this week with Megahorn, Iron Head, Pursuit, and Knockoff. I don't really remember what the Pursuit is for. Maybe it was for Mr. Mime, maybe it was probably for Bronzong too, but he didn't bring Bronzong. Nidoking is a Rocks Fire MZ set with Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, and then Fire Blast, because I want something to damage the Celesteela, and so obviously I want to use that. And then next up we have Zard X, which is a Sword Stance set, because he also had Milotic. I figured, you know what, Sword Stance, just like I did with the Vespiquen, would work better, and I don't outspeed any of his mons anyway. Well, I'd speed the majority of his mons anyway, but he's probably going to bring a Scarf Lando I, if he's going to bring one, just to, as a secondary check, because otherwise as soon as I set up a Dragon Dance, then I'm just going to sweep through it completely anyway. So that does make a lot of sense. So I'm 2 attacks, Roost, Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw, and then Roost SD. Weavile's never Melt Ice because Ice moves do really well against his team, so I figured, you know what, let me just do this. And it's also a Sword Stance set because I couldn't really put anything else on it. Maybe I can get off an SD on like an Amoonguss, maybe Hydreigon Scarf, and it locks itself into Dark Pulse, and then I can SD, and then I can actually Revenge Kill it with an Ice Shard. As soon as I got Rocks, etc. Probably need some chip for that too. But yeah, I'm Knockoff, and then Ice Shard, and then Icicle Crash, and then Sword Stance on my Weavile. So the plan for this game was just trying to out-offensive his offense. Try and catch on the sets he's using and just switch out into the appropriate switch, and then just dish out more damage than he can do to me. Basically win before I lose. That's always the plan, but this time it makes more sense. So he leads with Celesteela. I'm just going to try and get up my Rocks and go into my Nidoking. And I'm not messing around with his threat. I'm just instantly just going to go for the Inferno Overdrive. And this actually reveals to me that this guy is Assault Vest, because, well, that's a max special attack Nidoking. I don't know if a mod is or timid. I didn't write that down anywhere. But yeah, that Inferno Overdrive only did 60%. So, and he didn't get any leftovers back afterwards anyway. But this time around, I'm just gonna get up my Stealth Rocks, HP Ices, predicting the Gliscor, which was my only switch into this anyway. So that's good. Now I get a free switch into my Zard, and this is basically a free Flare Blitz for me. So he goes to his Landorus, predicting me to probably go for a Dragon Dance. But I had no need, because the main mistake I made with Zard throughout the entire season is setting up too early. And this time around it was just having none of it. It was just, you know what? I get a free hit off with Zard. I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to Flare Blitz the Lando I here. And that works out, and it just drops. So in comes the Lopunny. I'm just going to go into my main check, which is the Gramble. Probably he should have either returned or high jump kicked here instead of faking out, because I was obviously not going to stand with my Zard there. Maybe even Ice Punch predicting a Gliscor, but Gramble was a more obvious switch. So here I predict the Amoonguss. I know he's definitely not staying in. Worst case scenario, he returns or he subs or whatever, just baton passes. But so I just hard into my Choice Banded Escavalier right here, and I'm just gonna knock off. I knock off his Rocky Helmet. Because the reason why I knocked off there is because I was trying to catch the Celesteela, and after Stealth Frogs, a Choice Bandit knockoff would have done, well, at least 2 had KO'd it. So now I'm going to just knock off again. I'm just trying to go and chip this Amoonguss down as much as I can. But he actually switches into the Hydreigon, which is super nice. So I go into Gliscor. And fortunately for me, I don't get burned, so my Toxic Orb gets activated. And now he goes for a Draco, as I actually predict a switch into the Celesteela again, and I go for knockoff. But at this point, I'm just like, you know what? His last one did 56, so divided by 2, that should do around 28-29%. I can live the next one, and then I can just roost up, and then I can just spam knockoff again. But he gets a way higher roll. He gets like at least 5% higher, so that was probably near a min roll, and now he got a very high roll. I was super annoyed by that, because Gliscor could have put in a shift against his team. But unfortunately I can't. But now what that did allow me to do is just bring in my Weavile right there, because either he was -4, but we also were already seen that he wasn't Scarfed. So now I just brought in Weavile. I could just free get a Never Melt Ice Icicle Crash off on anything, and he sacks the low pony for whatever reason, because that's the only thing that still outspeeds me. Because even if the Alolan Whack is Scarfed, then it still doesn't outspeed Weavile. So at this point, he just sacked his only way of revenge killing the Weavile. But he just goes straight into his Celesteela. So for some reason, I got nervous. Icicle Crash would have probably taken him out from there, but I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to make a very safe play, and I'm just going to go into my Zard. Now I just get off another free hit, which is just another Flare Blitz. I couldn't really risk him staying in there and clicking Earthquake on my Dragon Dance. Had a Dragon Dance there, then Zard would have just straight up taken his game from there. But now I'm just going to go out into my Gramble as he goes into his Alolan Whack. He just Bone Meringues me. I don't think Dragon Claw would have killed because I'm probably Jolly. But yeah, so he gets some chips from the Rocky Helmet, but he is the Rock Head, so he doesn't take any more damage. But I'm just basically here sacking my Gramble, so I can bring in the Weavile and then sweep with Weavile from there. Or apparently I really just wanted to bring in my Zard. Because I've been playing very shitty with Zard all season, so I decided, you know what, Zard definitely deserves this kill, and is probably going to get at least one more kill. As soon as he brings in Amoonguss, then, well, I'm definitely just, I can blitz, but I'm definitely going to die to recoil, and Rocky Helmet, no, I knocked off Rocky Helmet, I'm definitely going to die to recoil. So I'm having none of that. I decided, you know what, let's maybe Celesteela gets out of hand for whatever reason. It's 60%. What can it realistically do? But I just wanted to keep my Zard in the back, and I know that the Escavalier just beats the Amoonguss 1v1, so there's no point. So I'm just going to go into Escavalier, and the only thing I can really do here is he doesn't have HP Fire because I rarely bring Escavalier, and I have other things that are way more threatening to him. But probably Foul Play is even better just because I can be lured into a false sense of security. But here he actually reveals to me that he reveals to me that he's Assault Vest. So that set made more sense to me now. I didn't actually calc it throughout the game, but I should have seen that from the Inferno Overdrive turn 1. But yeah, so now we're just gonna spam knockoff until the Amoonguss dies. At some point I could have also just hearted either into Weavile or my Zard, but I think I'm just gonna keep clicking knockoff until the Amoonguss dies, because he only has 8 synthesis left. I don't know how many synthesis he already used, but he only has 8, so eventually he's going to run out, and then my Escavalier is going to win, because apparently the best move that he has to hit me with is Energy Ball. So fortunately for me, I think Escavalier got 2 kills. Got a kill on the Amoonguss, got a kill on the Escavalier, and then Zard finally finishes the game while also getting kills, because I finished a couple of games while using Zard, but then I didn't even touch the field. But this time around, it killed the Alolan Whack, it killed the Hydreigon, it actually killed the Landorus, and then Weavile killed the remaining Lopunny. So now he's almost out of things, but it's getting tight because he got the Spadef drop. So now he's actually doing 11%. Now he's got his Spadef drop, but now he's finally in range of my final knockoff. So that's gonna be a 3-0. This is my week 7, I believe. So currently we're sitting at 7-0. Differential once again through the fucking roof because of the 6-0s and a 5-0s and a 4-0. I had 1-0, and then this is the lowest victory after that, which is the 3-0. So it's actually phenomenally well. So we already is week 7 out of 11, and we already clinched a playoff spot. So that's great. That's gonna be it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.